Tonight, boxing out of the red corner. He's here tonight representing the Liando Boxing Club. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Ramsey McGraw. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, boxing out of the blue corner here tonight representing Garfield Park. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Ernest.
All right, heavyweight division, open division, which means experienced. Ramsey McGraw in the red corner, Ernest Scott from Garfield Park in the blue.
It's Ramsey Freight Train McGraw, I was told earlier tonight.
Is that right?
He is an exercise science major at ISU.
Oh my God. Well, he looks like he's been exercising.
Well, he's going to get a workout tonight because Ernest Scott from Garfield Park looks like he could be a load.
Well, this is open division. Experienced fighters. I think he stumbled on that, didn't he?
Yeah, and that was a good job by Dr. Dave, the ref,
Yeah.
not to stop the action. And that was nobody needed to step in there or anything like that. Oh, that's a nice hook to the body.
Well,
Ernest Scott just looks really strong. You know, I mean, the way he's built, the way he fights,
Yeah.
he moves in, he's getting a lot of steam on his punches. Now he's getting pushed back a little bit here, though. Well, the freight train is moving forward, as they say. That's a nice right hand by Scott. McGraw's digging underneath. Again, good job by Dr. Dave not getting in there, busting that up. I like to see these refs let these guys fight inside. As long as the hands aren't tied up, they should let them go. This round has been split.
look, he's still letting them go. And they depart voluntarily.
Scott looked really strong early on, and now the last half of the round looks like it belongs to McGraw.
There's a quick jab.
Well, they're trading some pretty heavy leather in there. Now this round's going to come to an end shortly, and Scott's going to go back to his corner. He's going to get a little rest. Let's see if he comes out with a full head of steam here, because conditioning could play a factor here. It looks like McGraw's in better shape than him. He slowed down a little bit here, and let's see if the 60 seconds between the round can mean something to him here, because he looked like the stronger of the two boxers early on. Good pace for heavyweights, though.
Yeah.
This fight's going to hinge on what kind of shape Scott is in, because he still looks tired. He's breathing very heavy in the corner, and he won the early part of that round. And it's a hard one to score because you remember what you saw last, and the latter half of the round was dominated by McGraw. So let's see what happens here now. McGraw sees it. McGraw's putting pressure on him. McGraw wants to step up the pace. It's an even round so far, which isn't good for Scott, because as the round goes on, I think McGraw's in better shape than him. Just as I say that, though, Scott gets off a nice combination. Scott looks tired, but he keeps fighting. Unless he's just, trying to sell something to McGraw. I don't know.
McGraw has been active here. He's throwing those punches. And Scott's been...
It's a nice right hand by McGraw.
I think he's controlling this so far.
Well, he's definitely picking up the pace, and he's controlling the action.
McGraw in the red.
Keeps moving forward.
Scott in the blue.
Scott would like a little separation and to catch a breath here. And McGraw's not giving it to him.
You're right. Look, as McGraw goes in on his guy.
McGraw's piling up some punches now. He's turning it into his round. Scott's got to throw that right hand.
McGraw's pressing the action here. That's something that says something about your psyche. He's willing to commit. He's willing to, work himself out.
And he's putting a body on him and he's wearing him down because he sees that he's tired. McGraw's got a lot more fuel left in the tank. But Scott's hanging in there. I think because Scott's tired, McGraw's having an easier time walking through his punches.
Yeah.
Although that was a real nice right hand he just threw there, but maybe just McGraw has a great chin. The first round was a lot closer. I gave this round to McGraw. I imagine everybody did. Let's say that they gave the first round to Scott. If you look at the two fighters right now, Scott looks like he's running on vapors here, and McGraw doesn't look fresh, but he certainly doesn't look as tired as Scott does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in McGraw's corner right now, you're telling him, keep the pressure on, keep the pace up high. This guy can't keep up. And I think at this point, McGraw has walked through Scott's hardest punches. I don't think he's going to see anything as hard as he's already seen because Scott just doesn't seem to have it in the tank here. And his punches don't have the effect they had in the first round.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys like Scott, though, they find it, It doesn't look like they got an ounce of gas in the tank, but they find it. And boxing skills-wise, he looks great. His conditioning is not looking good. He's got to hope that a couple of the judges gave him the first round. And he's got to really play to win this round. He needs this round. He needs it big. It's a nice right hand, but McGraw walked right through it. Now you know why his friends call him the freight train.
Look at this.
I think this fight's going to go the distance. I don't think either guy's going to be able to put the other one away. McGraw's got too good of a chin, and Scott's skill level is good. He's just exhausted, though. It's because the pressure from McGraw is just relentless. He's just coming and coming and coming. He's in his face all night.
Scott keeps the pressure on.
And coming to the end of the fight, if you want to steal the round and and you're Scott, you got to just start to throw and put some combinations together and think offense, and got to let the hands go. I think he's trying to.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have.
Scott will let him. Scott's tired. Let him. But Scott keeps coming. There's a good combination by McGraw. There's another score by McGraw. He's got the advantage here.
He's doing a good job of moving away from Scott's right hand. He keeps moving to his right. This is good action. These two heavyweights are just sitting here trading. The last 10 seconds. Boy, that was nonstop action.
I'll give it to Scott. What do you?
I'm thinking McGraw. This was a good, even match.
All right,
And they both had their bright moments.
For our judges' decision, I have a special guest here with us tonight to present our belt to our winner. He's not only a 3-time Chicago Golden Glove champion, he's a 2-time national champion, and he was on the 2005-2006 USA boxing team. He's undefeated as a professional at 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Derek Zuchek.
Where is he?
Well, let's see which way this one goes.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's give these two warriors one more big round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, in this elite heavyweight division, in our 2018 Chicago Golden Glove champion, out of the blue corner.
Well, you called that one. You called that one, John. I had it the other way, but you know what?
Just that third round, the last part of that third round did it.
I did say, going into that round, sometimes these guys find it from somewhere. And when you looked at him on the stool, you said this guy doesn't have an ounce left in the tank, but somewhere in that 2 minutes he found it, and he fought a great final round, and he obviously took that round. And
McGraw had it going into the third to me.
I think
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we turn the mic over to my co-announcer, Mark Sidrow. The first we're going to pull our raffle winner. I need the raffle tickets, please. I know my winner's going to go home with at least $100. We're going to get that final count in just a moment.
looks like McGraw is visibly upset with the decision.
All right, we're here with Ernest Scott. Just won the Golden Glove Championship. Ernest, you had your hands full tonight.
Man, he was a tough guy. He came for it. He put the pressure on. But one thing I try to keep self in my mind, as I was taking my steps, I was making sure to land and clean the shots. I was looking to work the body and I was looking to work the head. I was looking to turn them with the hooks and things like that. And in the third round, my coach got to me. He said, Ernest, you're not throwing any jabs. So in the third round, I started putting a snap on my jab, and I started snapping his head back. I started blood coming out his nose, and I knew that jab was going to win it for me. So as soon as he started thucking that jab, I started going back to the body, right into the left. And then it was a close one, but I won it. He was a tough guy.
It was a very close fight. He was tough. He was in your face the whole night.
He was face on.
Now, you got to tell me this honestly. After the first round, you looked like you were out of gas, and then you found it somewhere. And then after the second round,
man, I wanted this.
After the second round, you looked like you were out of gas, and I'm like, I said to Johnny, I said, certain fighters find it when they need it. Were you just playing, or were you really that tired?
I felt it. I felt the pressure, but I knew I had to hold it steady and keep working. He wanted to work. I had to work with him. I had to, because I couldn't go home. I couldn't go home a loser. So I left it all in the ring tonight. It's been 6 years, but I left it all in the ring tonight.
Well, you looked really good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.